Hello, everyone. Happy Friday/Saturday, wherever you are in the world. Hope you're all good. So I've been away, was taking a little bit of a break, and since Meghan's show didn't debut this week, thought it would be a good chance to take a break and rest a bit. Thank you so much for joining me. Right, the first thing I want to say. Actually, no, let me say some quick hellos. Thank you, Church Nelly, as always, for posting links. Can see Emma, hey Louise, hey Helen, hey Joan, hey Connie, hey Nobody. Diamond Blue 24. I feel like I haven't seen your name before. Janice Goodridge. Okay, so this Vanity Fair piece fooled me. It fooled me. I actually started sharing this. I'm actually 99.99% sure that I shared this because I saw it on a pro Harry and Meghan page, but I think everybody's now realized that it's a bit of a hit piece, actually. Cover is most definitely deceiving. They say don't judge a book by its cover, but we should have judged and read before we shared. Lauren Brown, how are you, darling? Hope you're doing well. Hope you are fabulous, hydrated, moisturized, and 2025 is treating you well. Lovely to see you here. Lauren, do you want to come on? I feel like I haven't heard your voice in so long. This is so impromptu, but if you want to come on, I will be happy to have you up. But yeah, this Vanity Fair piece fooled me and many other people. If you read it, it's rehashing a lot of like old stuff. At one point, they even claimed that Meghan did not come up with the archetypes idea. Um, and yeah, just a whole bunch of nonsense. So don't read it, don't give it clicks. I'm just letting you know now. That's why I've kept it here, only just to tell you to don't go and read it. I was going to read it in the podcast because I thought that it was going to be a great article, and it's really not. Okay, Lauren, I'll give you 2 minutes. You come up when you like. Um, but yeah, we've got some other positive stuff to talk about, so no worries about that. Let's start with Karma. It might take her 1 year, 2 years, 3 years, 4. But she will find your address if you move. She'll get on that plane, swim over through that sea to find you. And it has now found the address of Julie Burchill. Who's Julie Burchill? Who could forget? She's the lady that said Harry and Meghan missed an opportunity to name their baby Georgina Floydina. What a missed opportunity. They could have called it and listen to that. She says they could have called it Georgina Floydina, Birchall tweeted, referencing George Floyd, the black man whose police murder in America sparked protests across the world. In Minneapolis, America. She then doubled down, according to the London Economic, saying that she called the baby it as a nod to non-binary bollocks, and writing that the Sussex's baby's first words would be Free Palestine. By Wednesday, her account had been removed and Birchall fired from the right-wing paper. I mean, when your own side thinks you're too much. Just pure nastiness. This isn't journalism. This isn't even comedy or satire, because there's nothing funny about this. Just pure nastiness. No value at all, other than to feed hate-fueled dopamine to the trolls. So that was how it started. How's it going now in 2025? That was back in 2021. How are we going in 2025? Well, apparently, according to Julie, I'm told I may never walk again, but it's made me appreciate everything I've done. Everything like being mean and nasty about a baby. When I tell you, where's that picture now? Where is that picture? Do I have it? Oh my goodness, I think I deleted it. There was a picture of Meghan and oh yeah, here we are. Yes. Just gonna post this here, and if you know, you know, baby. The spirits and the orishas were activated in Nigeria. That's why Julie and them can't walk. I'm telling you, portals have been opened. Portals have been opened. So these trolls and haters and clickbait journalists, they've got one last chance to be quiet. Leave Harry and Meghan alone. Leave Meghan alone, especially. Someone who definitely needs to take that warning is Rupert Murdoch. Harry's court case starts next week. So let's have a read of this. Prince Harry's lawsuit against Rupert Murdoch's British newspaper group officially begins at the High Court in London on Tuesday, with King Charles's younger son set to appear as a witness himself at the trial next month. Harry is suing newsgroup newspapers over alleged unlawful activities carried out by journalists and private investigators working for its papers, The Sun and the now defunct News of the World, from 1996 until 2011. Now, Byline Times were raising funds to be able to cover this case in full. Last time I checked, I think they were at about 12,000. They were looking to raise about 20,000. I'm pretty sure, I haven't checked since, but I'm pretty sure they've raised that money. So Byline Times have proven themselves to be very, very trustworthy. And anything that they report on, I will make sure to report on here, because they are probably one of the few, I think they're the only publication that'll be reporting on it with full truth. And then you might get a couple like The Guardian, who will, cover whatever entrails. But they'll still be walking on eggshells, I think, a lot of these media outlets, and just can't be trusted. We can't trust them. But Byline has proven itself trustworthy, and I will be relaying everything from the court case. So just come over to me and we can discuss. So Harry has said he wants to get the truth after about 40 other claimants, including actor Hugh Grant, settled cases to avoid the risk of a multi-million-pound legal bill that could be imposed even if they won in court but had rejected NGN's offer. They have settled because they've had to settle, he told the New York Times Book Deal Summit last month. One of the main reasons for seeing this through is accountability, because I'm the last person that can actually achieve that. Critics say he's seeking vengeance on papers for their coverage about him and his barbed comments against other members of the royal family. I mean, who are these critics? And why do they think that someone isn't allowed to speak the truth about their life experience? That Harry is a prince and part of the royal family, quite frankly, shouldn't make much of a difference. And in fact, he's the very person that should be telling the whole world about an institution that we pay for and is at the top rungs of our society. That's exactly the reason, quite frankly, he should be speaking loudly and truthfully about what goes on behind closed doors. Okay, so the 8-week trial will at first consider generic issues such as phone hacking and unlawful information gathering at the papers, whether senior NGN figures knew about it, and whether incriminating evidence has been deliberately destroyed. It will also examine allegations NGN misled police and provided false statements to a public inquiry into media ethics from 2011 to 2012. Specific evidence relating to Harry and another claimant, Tom Watson, and former Labour Party deputy leader, will then be scrutinised, with the prince himself expected to give evidence for at least 2 days, while former Prime Minister Gordon Brown is also expected to appear as a witness. Y'all, listen. Be prepared. If you think you've seen what it looks like for them to throw the kitchen sink, all the plates, the bedroom furniture, everything at the wall, It is probably going to be that and 10 times over the next few days. Because now we have a senior member of the royal family and a former prime minister appearing as a witness. This is actually unprecedented. His claim will be fully defended, including on the grounds that it is brought out of time, a spokesperson for NGN said of Harry's lawsuit. The spokesperson said Watson had never been a target of hacking, and the allegation that emails had been unlawfully destroyed was wrong, unsustainable, and is strongly denied. Well, if the emails hadn't been deleted, well, where are the 30 million emails that we can't find? Mm. Mm. This case has seen Harry become the first senior British royal in 130 years to appear as a witness in court when he provided testimony over 2 days in June 2023. Okay, so it goes on. There's a lot more at stake for Murdoch, of course. Well, we're going to get all the details beginning next week. Good luck to Harry and his lawyers. Spirits and Orishas have been activated. Okay, we'll go to your comments and then we will continue. Hi, everyone, if you're just streaming in. Let me also say thank you to everyone who has so far purchased from Squaty Hooks. We had 5 sales. You lot are loving the hats. Really appreciate your support. For those of you who don't know yet, Squaty Rahini has been making these lovely items to raise money for Invictus. So 10% of each sale will go to Invictus, and then when the amount gets to a certain minimum, then we'll donate that. So thank you so much to everybody who has bought them so far. And I'll just post the link again. So go and check it out. Okay, let me see. For Tomato, you said, I'm a little stressed for Harry for his trial. Will you do a call-in to discuss this? Yeah, of course. If you want to do a call-in, if you want to talk about it, once evidence starts to come out, of course, we will absolutely have a conversation. Because I think from what Harry has said, we're in for a surprise. So I'm sure there'll be a lot to talk about. And yes, I will do call-in. Yes, Lottie, praying that Harry wins. I mean, Harry winning is a win for him, but us getting to know the truth and the scale of the cover up, that's a win for us. It's a win for press transparency and truth. That is a win for us. Okay. Yes, thank you so much to everybody who's bought some Squaty Hooks merch so far. More coming from Squaty Hooks very soon. Okay, next thing I wanted to mention. Okay, so Kate, I have, as you probably noticed, been very limited unless it was absolutely necessary and like a big story, because I do like to cover all royal stories, especially ones that are, relevant. I've been careful with this whole Kate thing just because I feel like there's an element to which the trolls and the derangers and the machine that props Kate up wants people and platforms like myself that maybe aren't fond of Kate and other members of the royal family to be nasty. I feel like they're trying to smoke nastiness out of us. And I refuse to be nasty because I'm just a classy person. Also because I just don't think it serves any purpose, and that's just what they want. I will, however, make critical commentary where I think it's necessary. Um, I find the timing of this a bit strange. It's like she just came out of nowhere to go and visit this hospital where she was apparently getting treatment. Brought a whole camera crew with her, by the way, but looking very glamorous. But when Meghan steps out in casual clothes to go and help her community that she grew up in, Meghan is attention seeking. But here's Kate with a whole Getty photographer crew at the hospital that they kept very, very quiet about, meeting with patients. And the press machine is in overdrive. So we went from being very wish-washy and very hush-hush about where Kate was and what was happening to here she is, and it's on the front cover of every single paper that apparently she's in remission. So this is the second announcement about the state of her illness. We had a whole herbal essences, advert being shot. This right here from the Daily Fail, this is really something. From Rebecca English. So this is one of the royal rotarats, approved by the palace. Kate Middleton's hospital visit was a masterclass, unlike Meghan Markle's LA fire disaster class. Weaponizing both cancer and a devastating fire that's killed people and destroyed homes just to take a jab at Meghan. Describing going to visit cancer patients as a masterclass. Are you for real? Do these people hear themselves? They have truly lost their minds. Well, clearly, a lot less people are interested in Kate and her masterclass than they are in Meghan. Look at the difference in views on these two articles. Everyone is saying the same thing about disaster tourist Meghan. 50,000 viewing. Kate makes emotional visit to Royal Marsden Hospital. 13,000 viewing. I've said this before, and I'll keep saying it because I think I'm right. There will not be some mass Republican, anti-monarchy, let's have a referendum to get rid of the monarchy movement to destroy the monarchy. That's not going to end the monarchy. I'm telling you now. What's going to end the monarchy is the people that claim to be monarchists who don't pay attention to the other royals. For the most part, the only thing they pay attention to is Harry and Meghan to hate Harry and Meghan. That's what's going to end the monarchy. There won't be some mass anti-monarchy movement. I'm calling it now. It will just be the ambivalence and boredom of people who call themselves monarchists. People who praise Princess Anne for apparently doing 2 million royal visits a year, the so-called hardest working royal, but they can't tell you where she was or what impact she made. Kate's apparently going to make her comeback. Is this not the third comeback? I thought the comeback was at Trooping or at Wimbledon, where she sat out in the sun for 2 hours. But apparently, no, the comeback's going to be a BAFTA, wearing a sparkly designer dress. Because that's what she does best. She wears dresses, coat dresses, and hats. Apparently, when Kate was at the hospital, she said that she was advised to get plenty of sunshine and water. You are advised, as many people have pointed out, when you are going through cancer treatment, to actually not be exposed to sunlight. And water? Sunshine and water. Now, I'm pretty sure that's just that, the cure for a bit of light blues, not for cancer, not even for precancerous cells. Those are two different things, by the way. Um, what's also interesting is, so apparently she was getting treatment at this hospital, and as Henry VIII on Twitter, who is amazing by the way, pointed out, she said, I would just like to pause for a moment to point out the laughable idea that Kate Middleton not only got treatment at a public hospital, but also that at no point over the months of treatment did one person snap a picture of her going between KP and the hospital. They are once again making statements that on bare face make no sense, and the press that has spent the last 8 years insisting that every single detail of another royal's life is fair game are now covering for the heirs. Not one person in all of England went rogue and got a picture of her at the hospital. Tourists don't have cameras anymore. As a whole society is not that considerate of anyone, including her. They are asking people to swallow a lot, exactly. I mean, they were able to produce that weird farm video that I'm still convinced was not Kate and William, but we can't get a blurry shot of Kate going in or out of this hospital. They even managed to snap William on a scooter going into Windsor randomly. The hospital is like down the street from Kensington Palace. Kate travels with multiple cars. No one noticed a caravan driving from KP a few blocks to Marsden, beggars belief. Someone following up by saying, I'm not sure the press team at KP knows for certain what happened. I believe it was health related. Henry VIII responding, there still seems to be one kind of divide between teens. Why announce you are cancer free or whatever twice? All very strange, is all I'm going to say about this. Also strange, this. The Mirror posting, Prince William is lonely months after splitting from Kate. Now, I think this has actually been deleted, but rather interesting. Catherine, the Princess of Wales, has endured the toughest year of her life since her heartbreaking cancer announcement last March, but she resumed her public engagement towards the end. In light of the princess's health battle, Channel 5 is looking back at her royal career with a small c. I mean, it's just interesting that the Mirror would go with this. I guess it's clickbait. I guess it's clickbait. That's probably what it is. But I'm pretty sure somebody got a phone call and was told, you better change that. The Mirror actually is notorious for changing articles. Jonathan Dean tweeting back in 2021, my God, I can't wait until the papers can talk about Prince William freely. Neither can we, because I think we're going to find out so much more than what Prince Harry wrote in Spare. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Um, Meghan was, of course, out in LA helping um, this organization called Altadena Girls. So this was actually started by a young teen to get supplies for people. I believe actually for young girls for in the community who have lost homes and possessions because of the fires. And Archwell have been supporting, and Meghan showed up to help also. Then responding to a comment saying, even just meeting her is life changing. Having her support is unreal. So hang on a sec, folks. The Altadena Girls Initiative, led by a 14-year-old Avery Colbert, focuses on helping these girls regain their confidence by providing essential items like clothing, personal beauty, and hair care products. The Sussexes, who have postponed Meghan's Netflix show to prioritize wildfire relief efforts, have also opened their home to those impacted and donated, including supplies from their foundation to organizations such as World Central Kitchen, Baby to Baby, and Cal Fire. And even before this, Harry and Meghan were supporting organizations that were helping first responders. Right. I mean, absolutely tragic, but it's in these moments that you really see the beauty of the human spirit. I've been seeing them bring in firefighters from other countries, also just people from LA, getting out and helping other people in their communities. Moments like this that make you just really realize that we are all human and you can lose so much so quickly. I mean, look at this is devastating. These are people's homes, their livelihoods, the communities. Never haven't seen anything like this in a while. Other organizations and corporates like Airbnb have been helping. But it would be nice, for that help just to be there, even when there's no disaster. The amount of homeless people in LA. Unfortunately, also corporates coming in trying to get people to, sell their land, sell their houses. Please don't do it. In fact, Tina Knowles, the mother of the Beyonce, and some other celebrities have actually been posting about this. If anybody approaches you to buy your land, buy your house, just tweet about it so we can start outing these people. Don't sell. There's plenty of help available to help people get back on their feet. Please don't become desperate. Reach out for help. Okay. I think that's all I wanted to say for now. Thank you as always, everyone. I will just go to your comments and then we will wrap things up. January is just speeding by. Just wow. Speeding by. Okay. Lauren didn't manage to come up, but maybe next time. Sandra, do you know that Meghan and Harry were volunteering for 3 days before the press found out? Yeah. And they're accusing them of being attention seekers. The photographs that are coming out are from passers-by, other people who are volunteering, and um, press that happen to be in and around the area. Sandri said, I have a former co-worker who met them and said that they were really nice and helpful. Absolutely. Exactly. Meghan, that's so true, Y Android. Meghan has the California state flower in her coat of arms. She's not new to claiming California or being involved there. Yeah, she would volunteer as a young child. Her mother is a social worker. Why is anybody surprised that Meghan would volunteer? She's been volunteering her whole life. Doria made sure of it. And just a reminder, Meghan's show has been rescheduled for March the 4th. Denise Yu said the royal family are setting Kate Middleton up for divorce, so you'll see it soon. I mean, I've been predicting this for a while. Legs, you said, notice how the beginning of each year they pretend that Harry and Meghan rebrand. It is just a new line. Remember, before the Netflix docu-series, it was that Harry and Meghan are failing and haven't done anything. Oh, yes. Notice how they've suddenly forgotten that Harry and Meghan are divorcing? They just push a lie, push a lie, push a lie, hope it sticks. It doesn't. And then they move on to the next lie. What happened to all the Harry and Meghan are divorcing headlines? Notice how they've just suddenly disappeared? Guess the lie didn't stick, did it? Good day to you as well. Hey Joseph, how are you? Okay. I have quite a long day tomorrow. You can probably hear me yawning. It's like past midnight here. So I am going to wrap things up. Thank you as always, folks. We'll definitely do a podcast tomorrow. I might even take some phone calls. Um, Lauren, you couldn't find the link. Oh, okay. We'll try. Do you wanna try quickly before we go? Here you go. I'll post it one more time. If you can come in now, let me know. I'll just wait for Lauren. Yay! Okay, she'll come up, and then we can wrap things up. Okay, she's coming up. Nice. Make sure to go subscribe to her channel, folks. Oh, thank you so much for coming and watching, Nancy. Appreciate you all. I'm just waiting for Miss Lauren. Yay! Miss Lauren.
Okay. Whew.
How are you, my dear? How are you?
Oh, okay. Well, I'm good. I've thoroughly missed our chats. Happy New Year, belated.
You
How are
too.
you? Yeah.
I am good. I'm good. It's great to hear your voice another year. So
Woot
much
woot.
happening.
Oh my God.
So much has happened. I feel like since you've come up and had a little chat with us.
Oh
How are
yeah,
you
it's been a
how are
minute.
you feeling about all the things? Say whatever it is you want is on your mind.
That's like, describe like the last 375 days. Well, no, but it's first of all, beautifully done on your book. I think I love the way you set everything up, and I just wanted to just remind everyone, if you haven't already, go get Royal Codes.
Thank
Very
you.
cool, and puts in the work. Uh, she gives you quality in what she produces. So, what? Go, yeah, go get that.
Thank you.
Okay, of course, of course. So yeah, as far as health issues for Kate, I'll never have a comment on someone's medical journey. I wish her well. I do think timing. It was definitely. I think you were right in highlighting it. Um, they did intend for all of what she was doing with the group of people in the crowd and the phones. That was definitely intended to coincide with the PR around Meghan's show. As far as Meghan and the with love Meghan, the press around it, the push back on it, and or the delay in timing, and yeah, the pushback on it. You know, I think that I think it was the Vogue.com article in which I can't remember the writer's name, but basically she highlighted this belief that people have that there cannot be more than one and should not be any women who look like Meghan or like us, in this kind of lifestyle space. There's definitely that thought, and people got upset about that, and they should just stay mad because, I mean, there's plenty of successful people who enjoy living well, and there's also people who um, are aspiring, and everybody deserves to be inspired and to aspire.
Hmm.
So yeah, they can stay mad. I think what she did as far as pushing the date of release back makes a lot of sense. And March 4th is a great date, and I'm sure it was chosen on purpose, as it is also a call to uh, trying again, to pressing on when things are difficult. So I think it's a good date that was chosen, whether it was her specifically or the team or Netflix. I think it was a solid decision. Um, I do find it very interesting that if you look up Lady Weymouth, I think is her name. It's like now
Oh,
chock full.
the black woman who's
Yes,
also married
Marchioness of
to a
Bath, or
to a minor royal. Yeah.
yes. It's interesting if you look her up, that entire algorithm is now jam packed with people who are hating on Meghan and trying to pit the two women together. But, she's someone who I don't know her personally. She is, what I'll say is, she seems like a really nice person to the point of choosing to respond and have like nice interactions with people on Instagram who she has no need to interact with. I've had some back and forth with her purely in that like that context, and she's quite nice. She doesn't seem like someone who would actually have any competition with Meghan, but would be cheering her
Yeah.
on. So you can tell that that's just that's just the media trying to do the two women in a spot together. They must be catfighting. I think that's
Hmm.
ridiculous. As far as and if you hear some noise in the background, sorry. I think I just fed my dog and he has opinions, and he thinks he's grown. Anyway, as far as the what's going on in with the wildfires, um, I don't always comment on things like as far as on the community page or whatever, because I want to kind of stay a place that is um, keeping it as kind of detached from the pain of life as possible, just for an escapism. um, but my heart breaks for the entire state. And New York in like the last summer also had there were some wildfires here, and it's always quite it's moving to see how people reach out and are supportive and care. And that's when you remember how like truly like how much we're all just people in a common human experience, and
Yeah.
what bonds us is certainly stronger than what separates us, or what we have in common is stronger. um, I think it's ridiculous that anyone would try to like I'm going to just use the word badmouth anybody who is giving um, support to and aid to people in harm's way. It's one thing to have your own opinion and, mouth it in the bathroom to yourself, I guess. And it's another thing to literally see someone putting their money where their mouth is,
Yes.
walking the walk, and then, decide to label it something. And it's just pure bullying and it's childish. I wish the people understood how, like, the people who are consuming this, I'm like, you are in the throes of algorithm psychosis. Like, this is not, and of course I'm not like I'm not qualified to assess anyone psychologically, so of course allegedly and in my opinion. But it's absolutely like it's disgusting and beneath most humanity to look at someone who is helping young women, a young woman, a 14-year-old, helping people, and decide that you're going to turn that into a political statement.
Yeah.
You're going to turn it into like schoolyard nonsense. Like, literally, people don't have homes, and you're deciding to turn that into something. I think it's disgusting. It doesn't surprise me, because jealousy will make people nasty witches one letter off. And it's clear that they know they're not above anything nasty posting and sharing. And it's sad, because you're like, you could spend all this time actually getting your New Year's resolutions together, as
Mhm.
opposed to like sitting here and staring at Megan doing the work and then like grumbling about it. Like, do they see themselves? No, they don't, because if they did, they'd be like, I need to change.
I mean,
But
if anyone needs inspiration and housekeeping tips, is the haters, to be
oh
quite
my
frank.
gosh, housekeeping, skin glow, how to make sure that you wipe the crust out of your eyes, how to have a conversation people actually want to listen to, how to it you know I do my best to be high minded, even as I think what the f is like wrong with these people. um so yes, I'm giving you a very sanitized version of my perspective, because I just there comes a point when you just look at people and you're like, that's who you are. That
Yeah.
is who you are. And they're not going to be better. Um,
Yeah.
they're really not. We can say till we're blue in the face, like, why would you do this and what's wrong with you? But I think we know, and that they're not better than this. They're not above this. This is exactly who they are. Um, and I mean, I don't know if they realize it or care, but the more they hate on her, the more people seem to know her and like her. So
Yeah.
it's it's that thing where like the internet and like the few trolls that are on it specifically in the bot farms seem like they're very loud if that's like if you're in the throes of the algorithm. But if you actually step
Yeah.
back, there's far more people who are like, I one don't really care about royalty, so if she's doing something good, great. And then
Hmm.
there's people who are also saying like, why are they ganging up on her? I like her now just because she's the underdog in that situation. So
Exactly. For
yeah,
sure.
but like, and how do you react to the I don't know, to the way that there seems to be this like weird desire to find anything to throw at her. Like I don't know how they're throwing like the Martianness of Bath or like I don't and then I did read the Vanity Fair thing and I was like, that's how you know this is not a Variety article because there is some level of industry trade paper like integrity that Variety tries to have.
Yeah.
Um, and Vanity Fair is
Yeah, I think with the Vanity Fair one, they actually asked Harry and Meghan, they reached out to them for commentary, and Harry and Meghan said no. So I think that was them just being very salty. Vanity Fair is kind of like the popular kid who um thinks everybody should love them.
mm,
You know, they throw the most glamorous parties, and if you don't want to talk to them, they're very salty. They've always been like this.
mm-hmm.
So I think that's where the saltiness in that article is coming from.
Yeah. I mean, what do people say they're an elevated tabloid, right? So, I mean, I guess a tiger will not change its stripes, a leopard not its spots. So, they're being who they are, really and truly. Um, but that's why the variety articles are usually a little bit better.
Yeah,
Because at some point there just needs to be like your some journalistic integrity. I miss journalistic integrity, I'll be honest.
yeah,
There
yeah,
are definitely people who have it still. I'm not maligning everyone, but my gosh, like when you look at these, you just remember how backwards, just trying to meet the algorithm or make a buck has turned everything just kind of
yes,
topsy turvy. And
yeah,
like I'm doing my best to ignore most of what's happening, but I can't help but see some news. So I'm just like, I'm in this phase where I'm just like, okay, well, Monday is going to be a unique day in America, so I'm going to ignore that. Tomorrow's my
yeah.
birthday, so I'm going to love that.
Oh,
And
happy birthday!
thank you, thank you. And so yeah, it's I just like New Year. Just I don't care about these people who are negative. I send all of my love and support to the people in California who are so affected, and I have loved ones in California too. So
Mm,
it you feel it and you care.
yeah, of course.
Yeah, I just I'm always wanting people to be better, but I know like all right, let's. I'm not putting my eggs in that basket. I'm just figuring out like 2025. What do I want to do? And that's kind of
Yeah.
where I like anyone
Well,
who's like, "What are you doing?" I'm like, I'm making sure I'm good. I hope everyone's
yeah,
making sure they're good because these people are not out here trying to feed anybody or clothe
yeah,
anybody. They just want to
but
comment.
they're criticizing others. Let's just wrap up, and I guess
Hmm.
I just want to ask you what are your plans for 2025? Are you going to be making more Harry and Meghan content? Do you think you'll do more lifestyle content? What's in the cards for you in this space?
That's a good question, and thank you for it. To keep it short, a little bit of everything. Definitely still on the you know H&M train, and so yeah, there'll be some more content there. More, you kind of nailed it. I like a little bit of everything, so stay tuned, and you'll be seeing and hearing more from my channel, of course.
Amazing. Make sure you go and subscribe, folks, to Lauren. And thank you so much for coming up. Hopefully, I hear
Hey,
from you again. And you literally just mentioned next Monday. I'd almost even forgotten. Like it's like
I know, right?
I tried to just put it to the back of my mind, but it is coming. But just yeah, deep breaths, folks. Listen, you survived it the first time.
Oh God.
I feel like you're ready for the second.
Oh God. Okay. If
Your
you
soul
if you say so.
praying for you all. All right. Enjoy the rest of your day, Lauren.
Thank
Thank you.
you. All right. Bye.
All right, folks, I am going to wrap it up there. I was so grateful to Lauren for coming up. When I was going to wrap it up, but I just really wanted to hear from her. Hadn't had her up for a while. Yeah, I think we'll definitely. I need to do more call-ins. Okay, that's gonna be one of my New Year's things is to try and do more call-ins. All right, enjoy the rest of your day, folks. We'll catch up tomorrow. Ciao.